Inkbird Thermometers, Rum Runners Barbecue, Butcher Barbecue and all their goodies, Springer Mountain Farms Chicken, the best charcoal out there, the Good Charcoal Company, the only Vortex drum, Hunsaker Drums. Now back to Brian, Brad, and the Bum.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brian. That's Brad.
And I'm Brad.
That's Ashton. And that's the birthday boy, Josh.
So the last time we talked, you guys were about elbow deep in barbecue and brisket and ribs and everything. So how has been the last since March?
So we have been at the airport now for about 3 months, approaching our 3-month mark actually, and it has been a whirlwind.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, we have had the greatest time ever, doing lots of stuff, and it's doing very well. The restaurant itself is putting up numbers that they've never seen before, so it's been quite a ride.
No. Super excited for the next chapter.
Well, that's
Can we
just
get
a
insight on
testament
the
to
next
your
chapter?
recipes.
Yeah, and that was big for us. Like when we first talked to you, we were still kind of nervous about how the public was going to, take our food. And now we've had thousands and thousands of people go through and eat, and we're pretty proud of it. We're pretty proud of what it's producing. So our next chapter, we're starting a little early. As some of the followers on Facebook would have seen, we went down to Georgia about a month and a half ago, and we picked up our brand new food trailer. It's a beast. It's a beauty. And
Yes.
It's been a labor of love, to put it lightly. We wanted to be out a little bit. We wanted to be done and ready and serving people out of it about a month ago, but that just wasn't reality, as we're funding the entire thing ourselves. So it's kind of been pieced together, but we are happy and proud to say that we are done, and we have finished, and we have put everything in it that we need and that we want. And so the last stage, I guess, is to be wrapped, which the wrap has been designed, and it's getting ready to go to the wrappers to get the trailer wrapped, and then we're ready to start serving out of it. So
Yeah, our good friend Brant Williams, Pig and Whiskey, who had an amazing weekend this weekend. He
Yes.
GC'd and RGC'd back to back. He's putting
on a
on
tear.
all a month.
he is on a tear.
He's on a tear.
3 GCs in a matter of 3 weeks.
So-
He's killing it.
Yeah, so he's always done our designs on all of our trailers that we've had. So I reached out to him, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I said, hey, you know what I want, you know what I like. Can you design the wrap for me? And so with all those wins and RGCs and everything that he's been putting together, and he's on the road, he promised me by Monday, end of the day, I'll have the final product.
Oh,
so,
now he's putting them out there.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm putting Brant Williams out there on there. I need
On
it
the
end
spot.
of the day Monday.
No, we're super excited for it though. We're planning a soft opening in an undisclosed location, because it's a soft opening, and we're going to see how it goes and how it rolls and how we do and what we need to tweak, and then we're ready to go live, and we're pretty excited about that. Like I said, we put our heart and soul into this, and it's been nonstop grinding for the past month getting this trailer ready to go. I didn't realize when you order food equipment like grills and griddles and fryers that it comes on a semi. So that was always fun. Like,
Didn't know that either.
yeah. So I mean, it was, when I say this thing's been a labor of love, this has been a labor of love, and we have been. Shout out to the 50-year-old over here on the floor drilling and doing all sorts of stuff that you wouldn't think he was 50.
Thanks.
Until he gets up and puts the icy out on his back.
I know. I'm pretty sure I said today, Grandpa, get off the floor. What are you doing? So yeah, we're pretty excited about that though. And we have the coolest thing about it is we have the airport's full support and backing. They're super excited for us and they can't wait to see how we do with it because we've been doing so well up there. So yeah, but we're excited.
What's the menu look like? Is it comparable to the airport? Are you going to have like brisket mac and cheese or?
So we will do some things the same. For this first year, we're going to try and parallel it as best as we can. Obviously, for different events, calls for different things. We have an event already scheduled up in Nebraska in August, where we'll be doing a customer appreciation for Roboto Inc. They sell our rubs and sauces up there, and they do this big customer appreciation thing. And they asked us if we'd come. With JDQ Barbecue is doing samples and stuff like that with
Smoking Brothers
and stuff. So we'll be up there with the food truck. So for things like that, we probably will have a limited menu as far as not our full menu. But when we're out there, yes, brisket mac and cheese and with it's actually our mac and cheese with our meat mix. We're doing a meat mix, and then just gonna try and parallel it as best as possible. Just because we have that restaurant, when this year is up, then we can kind of broaden and change it and do what we want with it. So we're excited.
Yeah.
It's
kind of a way of saying, here, you can have a barbecue without having to go to the airport to fly.
Exactly. Yeah. For all the people that we get asked that a bajillion times, where can we eat your food without buying a ticket, right? Yep. And I know the airport at one point was working on getting day passes, but I don't know where that stands as of today. So this is a way to get our food without having to buy a ticket. So,
well, Brad and I have sent a lot of customers your way. Well, we don't know if they actually went your way, but we've told a lot of people. So we would like a personal delivery of the dirty mac and cheese from the airport.
So, where would you like it?
We'll arrange that because that'll be on the truck now. So that's
awesome.
No, I'm thinking I'm gonna make a trip to Oak Grove on the way to Kansas City sometime for work.
Yeah, there you go.
Wherever, we'll be following your food truck. So I know one of those times wherever you're at, I know I'll be driving by. I'm definitely getting my lunch.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping for is that people see it and recognize it and stop and eat. So
I love though that you guys have done this because it's a way to cash in on your, like you've always said, you have your year, and after that it's done. I mean, you only got kind of strike with irons hot.
I know, and it's essentially paid for itself because after this year is over, the food truck will be completely paid off. Everything inside of it will be completely paid off. So we're walking away with a rub and sauce business, and we're walking away with a food truck. So that's I mean, awesome. You can't really. It's how fast we've done this because we think about it. In March, we were talking about a food truck, but we weren't. It wasn't on our horizon. To now, 3 months later, it's sitting in my driveway, and we could sell out of it today if we needed to. So it happened really quick, and that's what we were hoping for. So it's made a lot of our dreams come true a lot faster than we ever thought.
A lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
The older two have been watching the kids a little bit more than they wanted to. So it's a family.
It's a whole family affair. And I'm sure they're ready for this to be done and worked on because we're in the trailer almost every night right now trying to piece it together. And tonight was our final night of getting everything.
Figuring out the last couple items that we have to get for it, and that will be our project for this week. And then
we're ready
for inspections on the 8th.
Yeah.
So
if nothing else, the older ones have a guaranteed job, I guess. Whenever they feel like working at it.
Oh, believe it or not, they're excited. I'm like, y'all are crazy, and they're like, no, we can't wait. I'm like,
that's cool.
I'm like, well, you will be our number one employees. So we'll see how that goes, how long that'll last with them.
So how much when you bought the trailer, was it just literally the trailer and then or the truck and then you put everything into it? Or how does that work?
So the trailer came with a 3-basin sink. They put the fire suppression system in it and the hood for us. But other than that, it was
all the gas lines.
All the gas lines were in it. Everything. It had electrical, and then they put in a split. What is that called?
Mini split.
A mini split for us. But other than that, we've done everything. So we outfitted the refrigerator, the warming systems, all the tables, all the shelves. We have a griddle in there, and we have a fryer in there. So we've done all of that because we didn't know exactly
the layout that we wanted
to a T. So it was one of those things where I didn't want to commit with a builder and say, okay, this is what I want. We wanted to be in it first to see what would work and what wouldn't work for us and what our setup is going to be.
And that's where that 1 month delay is where we kind of found out is getting the trailer home, getting tape on the ground, marking stuff out, and then figuring out size of tables, size of griddle and stuff like that, where it just took a little bit longer. Plus, I had a birthday.
Yeah, and we went out of town for a week, and then we did other things. So, plus, we were at the airport. We just had a huge event up there for the mayor's conference that
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, we did that, and then we go back next week. Actually, here in a couple days on Tuesday for the Copa soccer event that they're doing with McUltra. We're pairing with them and doing some stuff up there on Tuesday night. So
always busy.
Yeah.
We also catered somebody's famous's wedding too, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yes, Tucker Craft, my cousin. Everyone always asks me, how did you guys get to do that? I'm like, well, he's family. That's how. So that was fun. That was we did prime ribs and brisket and burn ends and all the sides for that, and that was pretty cool.
Tucker came back for like thirds and fourths of the burn ends.
Yeah, there was a couple NFL players there, and we blew them out of the water. So that was our goal. We did it. So that was fun. But literally, we got the trailer, and then like a week later, we were up there doing that. And then, we've had kind of nonstop because then right after that, we catered Josh's work party, summer party that they do that had about 400, 500 people. So that was another big event that we did. But it's lots of good practice. I mean, we'll put it out there. If anyone has any catering needs in our area, let us know because we're professionals at it now. I mean, we're knocking that out the park. You would have told me a year ago I'd be catering for 500 people. I'd have said no way. And we did it.
So are you guys going to have like a set location, or are you guys going to like move daily, weekly?
So we, right now, we're kind of doing something a little bit different because we do have the airport. We have a partnership, I guess, in the works with a very big local brewery down in Kansas City that will use us for events that they hold and stuff like that. And then for the most part, because we do have the littles and he does work every day, his real job. Right now, we're only thinking of doing festivals and fairs in our area if need be, or breweries, like the brewery events and stuff like that, or
wineries.
Just stuff like that. Not really having a set place. That might change though, depending on how much we enjoy it, because of course, first and foremost, Oak Grove is our home, and we don't have a barbecue restaurant here. We have 3 Mexican restaurants and 2 chicken places, but we don't have any barbecue. So I have a feeling that we're probably going to be more often than not here in Oak Grove, just to get back to our community and stuff, and it's close to home.
And then my work has already said they want us there several times a month for lunch.
They do food truck lunches that they would like us
That's
there.
a cool
for.
idea.
So
That's good. Do you get free work days those days? Like you get off those days to cater? I mean, you still get paid.
No, that's why they give me PTO. I'm gonna double dip on that one. I'm gonna cash in a PTO day and then go sling some barbecue.
It'll work out though, because then he'll take the trailer that morning, and we have, like I said, we have all our warmers and coolers and stuff. So I'll come up around 9 and start getting things ready to go, and then he can jump out of work a little early and come help me sling. Yeah. So I mean, there's events that we want to do. Right now, we're not looking at doing every single weekend park somewhere, because that's a lot. We still have a lot going on with the airport that we're there a lot. So for now, we're kind of just focusing on bigger events and
special occasions.
And then who knows though, him and I might get so addicted to it, like comp barbecue, where we're like, where are we going? Let's go. It all just depends on how much time we have and stuff. And that's a good thing about a food truck, right? The food truck right now, right, is because we do have the income coming in from the airport, so we can make those decisions right now as to.
We don't have that big loan payment that we have to go do the grind every week. If we don't want to, we don't have to.
Yeah,
that is nice. So you can, but chasing this addiction will pay the bills instead of costing you money.
Yeah, I was talking to another barbecue team who's talking about getting into catering, and I warned them. I said, the first time you ever get paid for barbecuing, it's really hard to turn around and go back and pay a lot of money for 6 strangers to tell you it sucked. Like it's definitely I think a financially better outlet than what he gets to get his barbecue fix in, and we're making money. So I mean,
I tell that to myself every competition. Why am I doing this? As I'm throwing 6 pieces of chicken in a box and cussing at the greenery and the garnish. And
yeah, that's a good thing about a food truck. We don't have greenery. We don't have garnish.
Still have the clamshells.
And we still have the clamshells, yes. Yeah, him and I just had that conversation. I was like, we need to get this size, like the 9x9s, like barbecue comps.
Let's go with boats.
So then you just roll up to a comp, you see your box, you're like, oh man, I jacked it up. Well, I'll just grab one of these.
Yeah, exactly.
You already got it.
Yeah, we have it. So we do have a couple comps. I'm sitting here dogging on it, but we do have a couple comps coming up for us because we do miss it. I mean, it's.
We'll be in Cameron.
We'll be in Cameron for that one, and then we got into the elusive North Dakota Barbecue Championship up there, so we'll be doing that one come September. Yeah. So, and then we'll be at the Royal. We're trying to get a big party planned for the Royal, so
working through some stuff. Keep you posted.
Some partnerships there with some big names that we're trying to see if we can work it out. So it'll be a good time.
What kind of smoker do you have on the back of yours? Is it an Old Hickory or is it a Southern?
So right now we have all of our drums and our backwoods. That's what we've been cooking with. Little did we know when we did this, we are very picky about what we want permanently affixed to the back of us. As we've gone through like 75 different scenarios and different smokers we want. So I think right now to get us off the ground, we can work with our drums and our
in the airport. I mean, if we have a big enough thing, we'll just airport.
And that's the cool thing is we get to use the airport for anything that we need if we need to do it. So they've been really cool about that. But yeah, so hopefully by the end of this year we'll figure out what we want. Exactly.
We got a couple ideas.
I mean, we've been looking at Smoking Brothers. Yep. We've been looking at Old Hickories. We've been looking at ABS systems. I mean, we've been looking at everything and
looked at another backwoods, a bigger backwoods.
We just can't pull the trigger. I want a rotisserie. He wants whatever he wants something easy for me if I need to do something big while he's at work. Then
I'm really looking for like a really nice rotisserie pellet. So that way she can just go in, set a knob, turn it, and then it will start kicking off, right?
Because there'll be a lot of times I'm probably working by myself on the trailer, and I don't have the time to be messing with a fire. So we'll see. We'll see where this leads us. This is right now we're just worried about getting open. We have the smoke. We have enough smokers that it can sustain us for now. And our porch is big enough to hold all of our smokers. So.
And we got the full support of the airport, which is huge. So
it's yeah.
You got beds in that thing?
No. This is strictly a food trailer. It's it can be used for comp, like we were talking about taking up to North Dakota. If it's just him and I running up there and doing it, then
we can pull the griddle and the fryer out super easy.
Yeah,
and then put
cots in or whatever. But as far as it's not the best trailer for comp because of how it's set up. We have it set up more for selling, which I'm okay with. I mean,
plus we love to cook out of the toy hauler for comps. So
I know you can't beat the toy hauler for comp. I mean, you got a real bed, so there's I had no desire into turning that trailer because it's not small, so it's not like we would be taking a smaller trailer. It's still pretty big. So yeah, there was when we looked into that, we thought about putting a bathroom in it just for the sake of having a bathroom there, but we didn't do that either. We just left it at that. So
5-gallon buckets.
Well, hopefully wherever we go, there's bathrooms. We're trying to get our license right now.
Yeah, let's not talk about 5-gallon buckets.
There are no 5-gallon buckets.
There for anyone listening.
I've thought about building one out. You know, you have like your 6 to 8 foot little cabin for sleeping, like maybe double bunks that fold up to where you can do whatever. Then your kitchen and a little porch. I've thought about it so we could travel and go different states and just park for a week in a parking lot, stay in the trailer, not have to have a hotel and cook.
And see, if it was just him and I, we wouldn't have the toy hauler. We would have just a small trailer that had fold down beds, that kind of a thing. But since we have the kids, we need the toy hauler, because they're those littles. We have to basically lock them in while we're doing stuff. So
Ferg got one like that recently done. He's got like an 8 foot.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's an 8 foot like sleeping area, and then a
full shower
bath, and then I think it's 8 foot.
It's about the same size porch as ours.
Yeah. No, I think this is a 10-foot porch, but his is right around 30 foot, but he kind of broke it up, kind of like what you were saying.
Yeah.
His new, it was nice.
It's big.
It looks like ours on the outside, but it's obviously totally different, and it's a nice comp trailer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of comps, I'm going to switch gears here a little bit. With your rubs and sauces in the competition world, shout out to Smoky Bay's Barbecue. He had a little bit of a good weekend last weekend with your guys' rubs and sauces.
Yeah, I screamed like a little girl when I saw he got that. That means more to us than anything, honestly. Yeah. When we developed these, obviously, we've always talked about it. We didn't develop them for comp. We developed them for mom and pops at home, right? The fact that they have been doing so well on the comp trail, it shouldn't surprise me, but it does. I mean, it's very exciting. Charles is a killer cook, though. He'll never admit it, but he is phenomenal. And we saw it right out the bat when we had first met him at OG Bandit camp. Yep. He's very attention to detail, just a phenomenal cook. Yeah. And so, yes, we helped him in that, but he executed it at the end of the day. And that was, he gets so frustrated, and I'm like, Charles, you're doing great. Yes, it woulda, shoulda, coulda will kill you, but you're doing fantastic. So
that's what I told him. I talked to him like a little, probably a few weeks before that when he was getting discouraged. I cook one thing, but I can't cook. I said, it's going to come together. You just have, it's just putting it all together all at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's been killing it this year. Curly Bird, Robert Jackson,
Zach and
Katie,
when they go out there.
JDQ running our brisket profile to the T.
I know, and they got second. They got second place brisket in Lenexa
and Olathe.
Yeah, with our combo that we have, because we have given some of our sponsored teams our au jus.
Yep.
That we can only get in the restaurant, and so to see that is exciting for us. To see that do as well as it is absolutely mind blowing, because that literally should have never been on the comp trail, and for it to be doing as good as it is,
snuck it onto the comp trail.
is very exciting. So I know we're trying hard to get that in retail packaging. We just had a conversation with Old World this past week about it again. So we're hoping that we can get that out in retail packaging very soon. So that's because I think that one's probably going to do very well when people get their hands on it.
Yep,
so
yep. I know we recently are in Shields Sporting Goods, which was huge for us.
Shields. Not Shields.
Shields. Which, especially for us growing up in South Dakota, that was like the local sporting goods store.
Yeah,
there.
I didn't even know what a Dick's Sporting Goods was for most of my life, because I only knew Shields. So like when people would talk to me about, I'm like, I don't know what Dick's is. Like, what are you talking about? So to be in there is huge for us, because I have people from all over the Midwest, from down to Texas all the way up to North Dakota, sending us pictures, and that's pretty exciting to get out there that wide. And then we just got into 75
grocery stores.
United wholesale grocery stores down in Texas.
Kind of like Albertsons and stuff like that.
So to get into those too was huge. I mean, we're hitting markets that I never dreamt of hitting, and very quickly too.
Yeah.
I mean, within 3 months of our launch, we're in these places. So pretty big.
When's the Walmart going to be? When are you going to be in Walmart?
So funny thing is with Walmart and Home Depot and stores like that, they do all of their shopping in the spring. So like this past spring, I don't know if we were out yet or if we had just kind of been out.
But there's a delay, like a year delay.
But there'll be a delay there to see if they pick us up, because I think we just missed their shopping cutoff, and then come next spring they'll be able to pick us up, because they do their shopping in the spring for the fall debuts. So I want to say we missed it. I think we missed.
Might be a year or two.
Yeah, a year or two before we get out there, but I'm not mad about it. I mean, I think we're doing pretty good.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes. It's
well, when you get rubs into a chain like Shields, that tells you something.
Yeah, and they're doing fantastic. I actually talked to corporate, because we're doing a couple events for Shields coming up, and they were telling us that for a brand new rub, we're doing fantastic. We're getting off the shelves, which is huge for us, right? Because that means our marketing, as far as what our bottles look like, right? Because most people don't know what they are if you're not on the comp trail, so they're grabbing by the look of them and stuff, and that's kind of satisfying for us too, that we chose wisely, I guess. So
I think the names have a lot to do with it too, because like if I'm walking by a thing of rubs and I see one, like that has kind of an interesting name, I'm liable to pick it up just because of the name.
Oh, I saw. So we get a buying report, and this past month we were in like 2 or 3 tack and supply shops, like one was in West Virginia and one was in Colorado. And I was thinking to myself, why would a tack and supply shop buy us? But then I was like, well, duh, we have Saddle Up Sweet Heat, we have Cattle Wrestler. I'm like, of course a tack and supply shop would buy us. That's we're marketing to their customers. So
that's a bad idea.
It's like Tractor Supply. I mean,
you
get a lot of the farmers coming in. That's their store, or Orscheln's farm store. I mean, they're like, barbecue rub. Well, I just butchered a cow.
Yeah, and I'm
Give
going to
me
get
some
some
cattle
cattle
rustler.
rustler. That's exactly right. And it's cool to see that correlation too on our sheets and see, stuff like that we're going also the non-traditional barbecue store routes. And I think that's fun. So.
Yep. Well, any store is a store. I mean,
hey, any store is a store. You're right.
I mean, I got ours in a shirt store. It's called We Got Your Back for Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
It's a KC store. I'm like, yeah, I want in. I'm a KC guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love
and
it.
that's locally we're doing really well here. We're in all the barbecue stores here, and we're doing great as a local team. It's
the biggest store is the airport.
Yeah. I can't believe they're pushing so much of our product out of that little spot where we had our interview last time, barbecue spot. It's unreal how much of our product is going through there. So that's not what I expected it to be, our number one seller, but it is. It's going.
That's really from table and then home, right?
And then grabbing it on the way out.
Yep.
So that's
people think, well, I had was this good in the restaurant. Let me, I can buy the same stuff they use, and makes sense.
Yep. And that's like for the Copa event, we'll be doing some samplings of our rubs and sauces and stuff like that. So, I mean,
come up with a new rub for that event. Put Josh's face on it and call it the Farley.
I don't think we'll sell it.
Yeah, I won't sell it.
I live with them every day, and the Farley would kind of scare me. So I don't know.
I will say this interview's been a lot more PG compared to the last one, compared to the sleep deprived after dark episode we had last time.
Yeah, that was a rough go. You guys caught us. We're a little bit more. Maybe we've had better training. No.
More sleep.
No, we have more sleep. Yeah, we spent the morning at the zoo, so we've been around kids all day. So maybe that's it.
That was good. Got to
That's true. When you're around kids all day, you learn patience, and you're a little
maybe
more
that's
even
it.
keel.
We've had a lot less drinks too. We've been parenting hard today, so that's that always helps. But no, it's just we have the contest coming up. So they had to push it back to September, the Made for KC contest, due to they're changing venues. It is now going to be up in Weston. The actual contest will take place in downtown Weston, and then like the award ceremonies and everything, the gatherings will be up in Holiday Distillery. So
wasn't it at Gale's?
It was.
Okay.
No, it wasn't at Gale's.
Worth.
Okay.
So they have moved it now to up there, and due to that, they had to push the contest back to September.
Oh wow!
So in July, this coming in 13th, I think.
13th, I think.
13th or 17th, one of those dates, we will be doing the drawing. The cool thing about it being up in Weston, though, is there is so much more room, so much more room. So Weston is very excited to be welcoming this contest in, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're super stoked to find out who's next. I know they haven't even told us who signed up yet, so it's like super secret. So we've been trying to get it out of them. Come on, can we see a list? Can we say no? You'll see a list when we're drawing.
Let's see: Breaking Slabs, Weekend Bum. That's all I can really name for right now.
Probably all of many KC teams we can get.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the top guys are going to be in it.
We're pretty excited. This is, we can't wait to welcome the new team in, and everyone's like, "Oh, aren't you sad?" And I'm like, "No." I mean, I'm sad because it's been fun, but I'm excited to, it's been a fun chapter, and I'm excited to give it to the next team. And
for the record, I can enter.
Oh my God.
Pig and Whiskey OG technically can enter.
So we went. Oh, I told him we had a big meeting with some big people, and they were telling him, "Josh, you can enter." And I'm like, "You guys stop putting this in his head."
I didn't win.
And they were like,
First OG Bandits, then Pig and Whiskey OG. I'm just saying.
So the airport's like, well, if you want, we just slap your logo on there and then keep everything.
I'm
They're like, no, those are my licensed recipes. He has to change.
You gotta change. Then you get your own line of rubs out.
Yeah, you
Farley,
get your own
face
thing.
on 'em.
You can't take away from me.
So
But
for the record, no, I'm not going to compete.
no, yeah.
But
so
Brian,
that might start a whole wildfire amongst the barbecue community, and we don't need all that. So
but then you could have the Farley rubs with his face on it if you
Yeah,
want.
there
you go.
There we go.
no, so we have some fun things planned for the contest too for us, and that we're excited about. And I told him, I said, I need your help on all that. You can't be competing. So that's
So by fun, you mean Josh is going to be on the golf cart giving everyone their boxes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. That's what's happening.
So are you like the master of ceremonies now for the next contest? You just gonna go hang out and greet everybody and then announce the winners or be on stage for the winners?
No, we're kind of busy all weekend long.
Yeah. So they have us doing a lot of stuff that does not pertain to the actual contest. We will be doing. I don't know if I can talk about it yet.
No, we're going to be there.
But we will be there that
and
weekend.
Probably, yes, we will probably announce some of the winners.
Yes. But as of right now, they have us doing something totally different. So we will be there. You see our presence, but we will not be handing out boxes. Don't worry. That sounds like a mess because I can't even trust him to go get our own boxes, let alone.
Maybe we should just make up some Farley face shirts to hand out instead of the bottles of rubs.
You should. I think
There you go.
we need a I Know Josh Farley shirts with the
There
face
you
on.
go.
Absolutely nobody needs that shirt.
I would wear that shirt.
So you go look at the old vintage Pig and Whiskey stuff. There's a lot of stuff. If found,
Return
to Pig and Whiskey.
So Brant's a mastermind graphic artist, but he's a mastermind at shirt design too. So when him and Josh were partners, they had a lot of interesting shirts that already some had cartoon Joshes on the back. We don't need any more Joshes.
There's some vintage out there, that's for sure.
I'm sure, but yeah.
I can only imagine him in those days.
Oh, before he met me?
Yeah.
He was wild.
Yeah, it was.
The East Coast people, barbecue people, know a totally different Farley than what people out here know. So that'll tell you.
Well, it's weird because I went to the Invitational in Tennessee and there was a lot more of the Mid-Atlantic teams and the East Coast teams out there. And yeah, they're a whole different breed. I'm not going to lie about that. It's different from the Midwest Kansas City teams.
They are so fun.
They are a lot of fun.
I love competing out on the East Coast.
They are a lot of fun.
They are a whole different kind of barbecue family. Everyone talks to everyone. It's not, kind of like down here. It's different. Up there, it's very inclusive, and everybody's it's a big party.
Yep.
Like the last time we competed was in 2020 back there. And I think we did more drinking and partying than we did actually cooking. But
I think you're eating fruit out of the bottom of a jar.
yeah, they have moonshine fruit, and that's rough. That stuff's rough. Yeah, and it's not the same kind of moonshine that I get from Brand's uncle.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff gets you pregnant. Those stuff, that's different. But yeah, so that's kind of what we've been up to. I mean, we're excited. We have a lot of stuff coming up. We have an awesome partnership that we kind of announced last week out at the mayor's event. We're partnering up with Old Smoky Wine Distillery.
Nice.
And we're using one of their amazing whiskeys. Believe me, this partnership has been fun because we've been getting to try a lot of new things.
No.
A lot of new whiskeys, but their mango habanero whiskey, which is absolutely mind-blowing, okay, on its own.
Just like the airport.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, I don't know where he went.
Saw a squirrel or something.
Oh, he's coming. This is why this has been a fun partnership. We just get boxes of stuff now.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
So we partnered with them. We have a partnership coming. We'll be doing our sauce, our Saddle Up Sweet Heat, and we infuse it with their mango habanero. And oh my God, it's like a whole different level. And we loved it. I mean, we worked really hard developing the sauce. And we put it on our pork belly burn ends last week when we served like 550 people in a matter of 4 hours. It was kind of crazy. But they loved it. I couldn't believe how well it came about. People were just begging for more. We had the mayor, Quentin Lucas, stopped by and he ate like 6 or 7 of them. And I was like, "Are you gonna eat all of our samples?" It was pretty cool. So we have that coming up, and we're working on getting that potentially bottled and out there on the stores. So I'm super excited for this partnership. It's going to be a good one, and it's going to be fun. And
we're doing a little tweaking to the menu at the airport.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing this past week. We're in menu revision out there. So there'll be new menu items coming.
Pork belly burn ends will be in the tasting room.
Some menu items are going. So we've been working on that. We're doing a little revision for this summer, and then we'll do another one in the fall. We'll come through and change it in the fall. So
yeah,
we just had meetings on that menu. We're working on that now.
Keep it kind of fresh for the seasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that you can see kind of
what's working, what's not working, what different things. The tasting room. Now we're going to put a little bit more, expand their menu a little bit and have more fun things on there that we necessarily at the time when we opened, we just wanted to open, so we didn't really get a time to spend on that. So we'll be getting like chicken wings in there and pork belly burn ends and stuff like that. We'll be going in there for more finger foods and bar foods. Unfortunately, my corn ribs got the axe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they'll be on the food truck.
It's just, I think the issue with it in the airport is people just don't know what they are, right? So you're not going to order something you don't know what it is. And we can't really sit there and explain it to people, obviously.
Not when you're selling 5,000 people.
So we're cooking right now 40 briskets a day. So we went from, in March, we were cooking 20, and we have now started cooking 40. So this past month was crazy. And that smoker is full. When we went up there, I was like, that's a lot of food, and it's just going. So it's incredible how busy we are and how well we're doing, but
it's crazy.
Not the corn ribs. The corn ribs are not doing well.
For Christmas, you need to add reindeer oysters.
No.
Like mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters?
I was going to say like Rocky Mountain oyster. My family just had their branding this past weekend, and I was seeing pictures of that. So.
I never did mind Rocky Mountain oysters as long as they're fried.
No, I like them, and I like them fresh too. Not many people do.
They're not very good. They're not very good though when they've sat out for a little bit.
Oh no, ours go straight into an ice bucket, straight into the house, and they get prepared. So it's it's a little different. But so we have some menu revisions coming. We're excited about, and I like in the fall when you talked about like reindeer stuff, and we could turkey, more fall stuff that people like. So the fact that, they are so open and they love the fact that we're coming in and doing things like menu revisions and stuff like that, trying to keep it relevant and keep it new and keep it fresh.
Yeah. So. See what's working, what's not, that's the big things, right? Because when you have a whole new launch of a menu, you have the data from the year before off their previous, but then you got to take a snip of, your last 3 months. Okay, here's your top sellers. Here's the ones that are in the bottom 10. Which changes do we want to make? And they were very open to,
what we wanted to do. What we're open
and
to.
You're going to add the new sauce to it, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's going in the tasting room.
Yep.
On our pork belly burn ends. We'll put that in there. And it will be up for if someone wants it otherwise. But we'll see.
Working through that.
We're working through exactly. But for now, the sauce will be going in the tasting room. If they're wildly popular, which I think they will be, then we can always move them over restaurant wide. So I mean, it's
This way we can only, just the tasting room, kind of like what they did with our apps and our sides, is kind of slowly bring it in, get a feel for how they're going to do, and then go from there.
So
yeah.
Any more thoughts on your class you guys used to do?
Our bandit class, yes. So we are looking at locations. We wanted to do one this November, right after the Royal, and get that out there. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it off in November, but we 110% will be back next spring. So whether we do one in November and then another one in the spring, whatever.
But yeah.
But yes, we are.
It's high on the priority list.
Yes, that is our first and foremost thing that we're going to be talking about after we get this food truck launched is that class, because that means so much to us. Like, it means a lot to us, and it's a way to give back, and it's a lot better this coming year because we have a lot more avenues of helping as people helping us to make it even bigger and better.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're excited for it, but we needed this year off.
Yeah.
We needed it off. As much as we wanted to do it in March, obviously we couldn't. We were opening a restaurant, but we're ready. We're ready for it, and we're excited for it. And Bandit Camp will always be something that we're going to do as long as we can do it. So.
And I got a couple more recruits for this year, Bandit Camp.
Yeah,
too.
we're cool.
Charles. Charles already said he's going to come up.
That's a thing in itself. And I've attended that. I attended it also, and it is everyone. I mean, I wouldn't know why you wouldn't attend.
Yeah,
the knowledge there's nothing wrong with gaining more knowledge on barbecue.
And
I use some of your guys' principles.
We don't. Him and I had a long talk about charging for classes, right? I mean, him and I, we could charge classes. We could charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I learned from somebody.
But that's just it. Is that it would be essentially charging you for something that we paid or learned from somebody for free or whatever. And I know there's a lot of whatever about what I'm about to say, but that's just, we personally don't feel right doing it.
Yeah.
So we would rather
help grow the sport.
Yeah. Then we can make money in different avenues, right? The most rewarding part is like seeing people like Charles, who had never done KCBS until he came to that, and just absolutely crush it. Like
even Roman Roro Smokehouse.
Yeah,
he took a couple years off and was totally lost, and like, hey.
They don't tell his work this. They do practice stuff at work. Roman has Josh as like the personal trainer. I'm like, what the heck? Aren't you supposed to be working? Why are you working on chicken? What is wrong with you?
Ro brought it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's fine.
There was another team. What was it? Flat tire.
Flat tire. Those are our buddies up in Maryville.
They cooked the backyard royal and got a call or two, if I remember right. Yep. So yes, again, that class pays off. It leaps and bounds.
And that's all we could ask for, right? And even if you're a Masters team and you come and you check us out, just maybe there's something we do different. Yep. It's free. It's free. I mean,
I will be there.
Okay.
And I want a bottle of rub with Farley's face on it.
All right, I'll do it. I'll get it done.
He's just gonna take a bottle of that rub, tape his face on it, and
that's fine with me.
I'll even get you a bottle of moonshine that's got my face on it as well.
He's got to autograph it too.
Oh yeah, because the Farley autograph is worth so much.
Yeah, right. Maybe Jameson's, not mine.
Oh, good Lord. No, as soon as we know, like I said, that's still first and foremost on our to-do list after obviously all this other stuff we have going on. and I'm not pregnant, so we'll we'll have a lot more time on our hands to.
Don't look so relieved, Josh.
Oh no, I'm relieved. I was the one that I can't keep doing that. He could have more kids. I'm done.
Yeah.
So
Well,
whenever
you
we do
guys figure it out, let us know. We'll help advertise.
Of
Yep,
course,
we'll get you guys back on.
Yeah, and like I said, we have a bunch of partnerships in the works, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to do it too.
Yeah.
So,
and then of course, once we get our plans finalized for the Royal this year, we'll let you guys know as well. But we're expecting a pretty nice.
We're trying to do a party. We'll
Yeah.
see how it works out.
Between my work and then the partnerships that we have a pretty good feeling that we can get a pretty good size party at the Royal, so we can kind of hang out.
Have Roro cook it for you guys, so you don't have to.
So what we're actually proposed for all of our sponsored teams is we're going to collaborate with all of them and do they cook with us kind of thing. Like everybody gets their own thing. So that's one thing that we are doing for sure.
Yep.
Is we're going to get our sponsored teams that aren't already promised to, because I know some people already made some commitments, and that's fine. But
and then we're gonna let them take a meat or a side or both and run with it, and then we'll just go as a team.
Yeah, I'll be out there with Hesse. We can bum, and we got another guy that's going out. He goes, I signed up for everything. You can have all the sides except for beans. I go, Kevin, do you mind? He goes, that's not Sunday. Go for it. So I'll be cooking Saturday.
Yeah,
I love it.
And that's kind of, we wanted to give back to our sponsored teams. And so we'll pay the entry fees. We'll pay for all of it. You guys just come hang out with us and have a good time.
That sounds like a fun. It's also nice that hopefully it's not going to be completely sweltering hot either, since they pushed it back.
Yeah.
But you never know about snow.
I was going to say, hopefully it's not freezing like last year.
I know. Either it's Missouri, or actually it's Kansas.
It was cold and rainy that weekend last year. So you never know.
I don't know. I'd rather have the cold than on that speedway where there's nowhere to get out of the sun.
Yeah,
I agree. That speedway is killer when it's hot.
It's miserable when it's hot.
Miserable. Absolutely miserable. So I agree. I would rather have it a little chilly where we have to wear hoodies versus.
Yeah, I agree.
I can only take off so many clothes. I mean,
you can take them all off.
Yeah, I could, and then get escorted out.
And now we're after dark.
There we go. It is after 9.
You're off. But yeah.
So. Anything else in the works, or is that all the time you guys have for getting stuff done? With kids running around and.
Right now, I don't think we're just trying to get this food truck off. Like we have different pop-up events coming up for different samplings of our rubs and sauces. I mean, we're in the works with Shields right now for the Summer Fest out in Overland Park, which that'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
So. I mean, we have lots of different things coming up that's going to keep us busy. So.
Any travels planned?
We took our one vacation.
We're not going to South Dakota.
Very annoyed for his birthday, and it rained and it flooded, and then we got flooded out of our campsite. Then we ended up in a hotel where it rained nonstop, and then we had to beat it through Iowa before I-29 started flooding. It was a good vacation, but a terrible vacation.
I saw pictures of Jameson just flopping around in the water.
Yeah, those were the PG ones. Then he took his clothes off, and those are my favorite ones. He's like full on nature boy in the giant puddles. But it was bad. Like I have never seen.
I think they got 17 inches of rain in a week.
And we were there the whole week, of course. Why wouldn't it rain nonstop? So
the 100-year flood deal, it was the 50-year flood.
So yes, we got to see all our family and stuff, but it made for a miserable vacation.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not much fun when it rains the whole time.
It was fine. We made the best out of it.
Yeah, we did. I told him I never want to turn 50 though, because if that's what happens on your 50th birthday, I don't want anything to do with that.
I don't think that's the worst thing that happens when you turn 50, but I'm not real sure.
When you're Farley and 50, it's bad.
It's not that bad.
It's natural disasters. People are losing their homes.
Have you guys, or would you guys take into consideration loading your food trailer up, hitting like Daytona 500, going somewhere where there's a big festival like that?
We were actually just talking about that. Not Daytona, but
not Daytona, but we talked about some really big festivals.
Some really big festivals that we want to do, and then so this year, obviously not.
No.
This year but in the future, of course, we 100% would do that, because that would get our travel fix out and allow us to get out there and do stuff like that. And we literally, that's crazy you brought that up. We just talked about that like 2 hours before, because I was like, I want to go here. And he's like, what, to Vend? And I'm like, no, but we could. And he's like, yeah, we could. So, I mean, that's a whole different ballpark for us. So something we absolutely would not be opposed to.
No,
that's why I'd like the one with the bed in it, because I'm like, I could enjoy this event, go travel, and like I'll have 2 days to see the city and not have to work. And
yeah, well,
yeah, that's called a hotel.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I want a bed like in a room.
Yeah.
No, but that's if it's definitely something that him and I were like, whoa, we could do that now. We have, excuses to go do all this fun stuff because we'll be making money.
Exactly. Yep.
So
kids, we're going to Vend at Walt Disney World.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that'd work. But so we got things like that, of course. And that's the cool thing about the food truck, is that it opens up possibilities for us like that. We don't have to stick around here. We could take it on the road and go do fun stuff. So,
and I keep saying my work's super supportive. We are going to have 2 buildings side by side with 700 people inside. So the grind, as you call it, I can definitely hire someone to do that grind if that's something that we decide that we need to do.
Yeah.
But right now we want to keep it more exclusive for the first year and kind of do our own things and kind of support our own hometown.
I don't know. We'll tell you after this soft opening how it goes. We might be selling it right off the bat. Depends on how much we love it. So I'm like, I told him I want to do the soft opening, and he's like, okay, that's fine. So should I tell this person? And I said, no, we're not telling a soul. We're just going
to pull the
trailer up,
and then open
whatever
it.
Happens. I said, because I don't want. This is our practice run. I don't want to get bombarded.
I'll let you know.
Farley starts telling people. Next thing you know, there's 500 people out there.
That's what I know is going to happen. That's why I was like, keep your mouth shut. This is strictly to just get a feel for how everything's going to work. I know we're going to get our ass kicked. I just know it. Because Farley trying to keep his mouth shut is not.
Do an anonymous post on Facebook of
I will kill you.
Do a pinpoint drive.
No, I'll be texting one of you two to put an anonymous post up there. I saw a Farley sighting. This location.
There you go. That's what you do.
We'll make it a game. Whoever finds us first gets free food.
I just passed the OG Bandits truck. Here it was.
Someone's gonna have my Snapchat location. No, we're excited though. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. We've never. I mean, I've worked in restaurants my whole life, but I've never owned anything, let alone a food truck. So it could either be really good or really bad. We'll find out.
It'll be fine.
I think it'll be good.
He's blissfully ignorant, which is great. I wish I was him. I wish I had no clue how the service industry worked.
I worked in Bonanza back in the day.
When I was like 3.
He was on the ground building everything for it. So
yeah, that's great. I do appreciate him.
I don't need knee or hip replacements yet.
No.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
That's 52.
52. Hey, for being an electrician for 32 years, somebody said to me the other day, it's like, boy, you move around like you're still in your 40s. I'm like, thanks. I guess.
Oh, that's great.
Well, do you have anything else for them, Brian, before they let them finish their night? So go back to their kids, and hopefully they're sleeping by now.
No, they're all staring at us.
One
There's
just
a little
woke
hole
up.
in the window.
Our oldest took a summer job working for
Josh.
me at work. So he works for Faith Technologies now as well. So he's been getting up at 4 a.m. and then getting home.
And then watching the kids for us. He's
Yeah,
white.
he's white. But, so.
Well, a good kid.
He is a good kid.
Yep. It was great catching up with you guys. And
Yes, it
Nice
is.
talking to
We're
you,
excited
Joe.
to look. We're excited to seeing everything you guys do, and ready for the OG Bandit class again.
I'm excited. I'm excited for a GPS coordinate.
Hey,
Well,
and then you better both come up to
No, we're not telling people anything.
up to
The bandit
up
class.
Weston.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Weston.
You should do a show out there during that contest.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one.
When is that? September?
September 13th and 14th, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to see. I know we're planning our anniversary trip for September since
Okay.
the Royals not at the end of September this year.
that's right.
No.
Yeah, but if you want to roll up there and do a live little show, everybody's gonna be up there.
That's a
I'd
good
be
love
fun.
to. If I'm in town, I'd love to call Brad. Maybe we get you on the golf cart delivering some ice bags to people.
And
Yeah.
maybe some.
Old Smoky to people.
That too.
Numbered
That
boxes,
was
doing
Old
meat
Smoky
inspection.
moonshine, folks.
Josh is gonna get everyone hammered. Great.
Isn't that what is? Isn't he the mayor of barbecue? Isn't that kind of his job?
Used to be.
Used to be. He's retired. Now he's the mayor of the. He's the mayor of the airport. You should see him.
Well, I'm sure he
Sure.
is. I'm sure he is.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of him for you guys at the Copa event. He'll be like
You
this.
should. You should.
That's great.
Okay, you guys
Well,
have a great night. It's been
Yes,
fun.
thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
talk to
See you
later.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.